Hey guys, it's Bria. I'm in the garage again because I don't know, easier than the car. Don't get interrupted as much. Anyway, what's been going on? So I've been doing DoorDash. It's actually been I changed it up a bit. I'm listening to John Peterson podcasts. No, not podcasts, like lectures while I'm doing it, and that's really um, it makes the time not feel wasted. And I don't know, I really enjoy those lectures, and there's some points in there where I'm like, oh damn, didn't think of that way, and something connects, and so that's going good. Essentially, I feel like I'm like yesterday. I was like sort of trying to brainstorm because I like the direction I'm going, but I just want to do more of it faster, and I think that's like dangerous because I you know, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to study 6 hours a day, stuff this 1 hour and 10 minutes, and slowly building it up. And then, I do that for 3 or 4 days, and then I burn out, and then I do 0 hours for the next 10 days, and I feel horrible. And I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be successful because I can't, keep up. But really, what I want it to be is I want to be like a long, paced out marathon over like the next 10, 15 years. And like another reason why I'm like pretty satisfied with where I'm at is, I've been doing this week of writing, and the writing's been going like I think really well. Like I've surprised myself of like what I've been able to write. Um, when I do, so essentially my process is, I have an idea in my head, I just write it out with no like thinking about grammar, no thinking about how entertaining it is to or nice it is to read. Just like this happens and this happens and then this happens and he did this because he felt this way. And there's rules like show don't tell, which are good rules, but when I'm doing my first draft, it's tell don't show. And the characters will speak very unnaturally, just just giving context for the scene. Um, and so I did that, and I finished the stories and whatever. But today I saw like, hey, okay, what happens when I edit it? And I edited about like 4 lines, and it took an hour. um, no, it didn't. It took like 40 minutes. The first 30 minutes was doing something else. Um, but yeah, like the writing was like, I changed the telling not showing to showing not telling, and I wrote some nice lines, and I was like, hey, this is, and I fixed up the grammar a bit, and yeah, it looked nice. Like the writing was like, it's one paragraph, but it's a slightly better paragraph than it was before. Um, but I guess what that process showed me, and what I did yesterday, is that uh, writing takes very long time, like months and years to like get projects out, and that's kind of scary. But it's what I want to do, and I sort of got to live with that. And I guess there's an impatience there where my mind's trying to figure out like how can I do this like faster. Um, and maybe there is a way to do it faster, but like what I've listened to of like other writers, like I don't think I think I'm doing it the correct way. And I'm just it'll be it's sort of like what I want to do now is go into a sprint, but I'm in like because I'm in like a marathon and sprint all the way for the next marathon's like 42 kilometers. I want to sprint the next 40 kilometers instead of like jogging it. But what I got to focus on is like just jogging and trying to pick up my pace, just like go 0.1 kilometer faster or something. I don't know what that equates to in running, but you get my point. Like just slowly get faster over time instead of trying to go into a sprint. Um, so that's sort of something I'm a bit struggling with, like wanting to go into a sprint, and being unsatisfied with the speed I'm going, even though I think I'm going in the right direction. So to combat that, I think a big part of it is I'm wanting the fruit. There's a Bhagavad Gita quote, famous quote. Famous quote. Um, famous quote. Um, famous quote. 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 Dang, I forgot it. It's like you gotta want the. You should. You shouldn't want the fruit of your action. You should want the. Ah, dang. It's something about like you shouldn't like desire the fruit of like the seeds you're planting. You should desire to like plant the seeds or something. It's such a good quote, but I forgot how to say it. So it's basically like enjoy the present, uh, like actions you're taking now, and don't worry about like the future results of them. Just like try to take the best correct actions you can now, um, and like plant the best seeds you can, and water them the best you can. But if they grow, it's not up to you if they grow into fruition or not, and so you don't focus on that. Which I think is sort of the trap I'm going to now is I want the success and I want the nice movies and I want the fame and as embarrassing as it is to me, you want the fame and stuff like that. Um, so instead, I'm trying to figure out a way to like enjoy where I'm at the moment, and I think there's like a lot of things I can do. As I said in the past, I think one of the biggest, I'm happy in 9% of my life, but like I think the 10% I'm missing out on is definitely like socializing. I'm very insulated. In the past, when I've tried to socialize, I have made friends, good friends. I think the problem with that is I'm not good at setting boundaries. They cross the boundaries without knowing, because I never made them explicit, and then they do that long enough, and I'm like, I don't want to be friends with this person anymore. Um, which kind of sucks because it's not because they're a bad person. But yeah, so I think that's something I need to do in the future. But I'm doing, like I said in the past, I'm going to tell people stories. So that's why I've been, the 30 minutes I said of what I was doing is I was rehearsing the story I want to tell. So I'm going to go like, hey, like I'm a writer, um, and I'm trying to test out these stories. Do you want to hear it? It'll take like 5 minutes. Um, and then, I've been rehearsing, like telling the Jago script. So I'm going to go out tomorrow because today I'm going to work. And go to the city and just, my aim is just one person. So travel out into the city, try and tell one person my story. Do it badly because that's how you start. Be a fool, and then go home. And then maybe next day I tell two people or one person, depending on how I'm feeling. Or maybe I'll wait another week. But essentially, what I want to do with that is one, practice telling my stories effectively, and two, get better at social skills. So I really want to focus on vocal technique. It'll help with these videos as well because I don't really think about it. But like vocal tonality, eye contact, inner frame, which basically means not being unreactive to like negative stimuli other people are doing, sort of being like grounded in your own frame. Just a lot of those like fundamentals and like really practicing them. And I think that will definitely help with that a lot. And it's something I did pick up in the past. That was something I've missed so much. It was just so much fun going around, meeting new people, going on adventures with them, like around the city, and going to weird clubs and stuff. Like all of that was just it was. Even thinking about it now, it was like definitely one of the funnest periods of my life. I sort of want to reignite that and do that again. And along with that, so that sort of adds into like enjoying the present. So sort of having a pattern of action where I'm like improving, going towards my future goals and like working on those future. Holy damn, there's like a. I'm not sure if that's a poisonous spider. Wait, you see that? I'm gonna zoom in. That doesn't look poisonous. It's coming here. It's slow. So I want to. yeah, and along with that, I want to travel. So I want to. Oh, that's that one. I want to go, in my car. Yeah, spat a little, and sleep in my car and like go around to different states. And I'm doing DoorDash, so I can work in the different places I move to. But I think the trouble I've had in the past, one is I had a job that required me to go to like one building, but now I've got DoorDash, so I can work wherever. Um, yeah, required me to be in one area. And two is I need to like, I can't just, sort of pack the car haphazardly and just go right now, which is like what I tried to do in the past. I think I need to plan it out. I think I need to like really like break into steps. Like, okay, really figure out how I'm going to sleep. Try out a lot of different like layouts in the back of my car and like how that's going to work. How I'm going to block the windows. Need to figure out like how am I going to do like my toiletries, like scrub my teeth, do my hair, where like my shampoo and stuff going to go. Need to figure out like my car works, how to change a tire in case like my car breaks down or something. Yeah, just a lot of different stuff like that, and really get that all nailed down, and then go and then like do it. But I definitely have the freedom now to do it. I have like a lot of money saved up, and especially if I'm doing DoorDash, that won't matter as much. And if I'm like really frugal, and yeah, and like how to cook and stuff like that, that's going to be like a challenge. But I think that'd be really good in terms of like, yeah, like having a life that I'm living in the present that's really enjoyable, but also moving towards those like higher ambitions. And I think I'm doing that for the most part, except I just don't have that socializing and traveling. And I think it could possibly work that I can combine that into my pattern of action. So yeah, that's my plan. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.